That'd be easier. Hey, everybody. Welcome to This Week in Review in Wrestling. I'm your host, CDouble, with the host, LaDarius Brown. Now, we're going to have some people popping in, and but we're going to try to keep it fluid, move it around. We got Dennis. What's up, Dennis?
What's going on? What's going on, C-Dub? How's everything?
No, not much, man. We're just going to talk about some wrestling. We're going to kind of get into what happened on SmackDown and on Raw. And then from there, we're going to just go and we'll talk a little AEW and then sign off because a lot of things going down. We're also speed checking through the holidays. So I will go ahead and say next week, we'll talk about it. If we want to do a show, we'll do a show. But it's going to be one of those that, because Thanksgiving is that Thursday. I don't want to, I want to make sure everyone has their time with their families and everything. So, but with that being said, Dennis, thank you for joining us. And,
hey, Dennis, how are you?
What's up, LaDarius? I was trying to say what's up. What's up, LaDarius?
You're all good. You're all good. All is well.
All right, guys. We saw SmackDown, kind of like, continuing the whole bloodline theme. Got the start of the U.S. title tournament. Got a lot of hot action with the tag teams. What was the highlights of SmackDown for y'all? And let's talk about it. We'll start with LaDarius. What say you, buddy?
Well, listen, SmackDown was interesting. First of all, I like the format they had with the United States. I like the form of the triple threat match because it's different and you're giving more women opportunities. So because we always say, so if for a belt that it's all about opportunity, it's great to see multiple women having these triple threat matches, and it's interesting. So in that regard, so I enjoyed those matches. And look, what I like about the tag team division, listen, ever since the Motor City Machine Guns came, the tag team division has gotten better. And now you're kind of seeing, and like I said, I think the Street Profits are going rogue, which is which is fine because it just felt like their character, it just kind of felt like they were just kind of staying even. They were kind of tweening for the last couple of weeks. And then, them going full heel, I don't have a problem with it because the whole thing like with Montez Ford and him not being pushed and all of that jazz. So I kind of like that. And listen, with the bloodline stuff, you really can't go wrong with it. Like SmackDown is becoming a show where people say, well, listen, it's I don't want to say it's more storyline driven than Raw at this point, but there's good matches there, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like there's a lot going on SmackDown. Yeah. Which is very interesting and very fun to watch. So,
yeah. All right. What say you, Dennis?
Big Bronson Reed. That was my joint. Listen, I did not expect it to happen. Very unexpected. It was good cinema. And I like the way they ended the show too. Like the phone call to Paul Heyman, and now everybody's like, "Oh, Paul Heyman's not there. He's not his homie." But you forgot that they're telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of the storyline that they showed you way back. I want to say July or maybe June.
Yeah, June. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Where they broke his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can't call a wise man. And people forgot that he broke his phone, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Just that little piece of storytelling. I like that too.
Right, I like it as well, and I kind of want Brock Lesnar to come out instead of Seth Rollins, but I know I'm not gonna get that.
Yeah, there's a court case that's gonna probably block that. I'm just saying.
Well, he's back on the main roster.
We all know.
Legal system. We can, let Brock does what he does. Listen. I'm not Judge Joe Brown. I'm not sitting there judging the man. Listen, if he's on the main roster, like all I'm saying is there's a reason why he's on the main roster. There's a reason why he was off the main roster, and all of a sudden there's a reason why they put him back on the main roster. So I'm not saying it's all right from a legal front, but listen, if that music hits and Beast Incarnate goes across my screen on that Titantron, I'm not gonna be upset about it. Like a couple years, like if this was like a couple of years ago, but yeah, I'd have probably been upset because he was kind of treated like the utility guy. Hey, we need someone to come in and beat up. you would hear his music. But now I think Brock's the type of dude where if he goes away for a while and comes back, that's the type of he doesn't have to be like a full-time guy to me. To come back, he comes in, he gets that pop, he comes in, make it do what it do, and it goes away. And listen, I'm fine with it now, given the structure of what Triple H is doing.
Mm-hmm.
It can work. So,
all right, I'll give my takes real quick. I was hearing a lot of people saying they want CM Punk. We'll discuss all that.
Okay.
But Cody Rhodes comes out, calls Kevin Owens, and everyone's doing the whole, we can't bring Kevin, he's too dangerous. So obviously they're not going to go with my suggestion of ending up somehow throwing them in this thing.
mm-hmm.
Man, seeing Bronson Reed there, though, with Jacob Fatu, I mean, that was pretty cool. I can't lie. That was freaking awesome.
Who the hell is beating those guys? Listen.
Yeah. Well, and here's my thing. I'm loving seeing that team, the bloodline. All right. We call them the Timu bloodline, but I like calling them the Savage bloodline also, because that's what they should be, savages, and almost like Hitmen style. Now,
that's how they dress too.
And we're going to talk about Raw because, like I said, my theory might come into play here. Triple threat, I got to give my props to Bayley. When we were talking about potential women winning this, I didn't think Bayley. I like the triple threat first round. I think that's really cool. It's a definitely wrinkle for a tournament. So I'm interested to see what they go with finals-wise, because that will be on Saturday Night Live, or Saturday night's main event. So I'm looking forward to it. Berto had a match with LA Knight. LA Knight won and got beat down by Shinsuke Nakamura. He still works there, thank God.
Yeah. Is he still getting the check here? Oh wait, there he is, guys. He just little different look, but hey, he still works here. He still works here.
Look like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, am I going to see fatality here on live television? I'm like,
no.
It was like, are we going to like, oh.
But I did love hearing his music though.
That's going to be great just to see that. I mean, and I know LA Knight will make fun of it, but still, it's awesome. And by the way, Sami Zayn, of all people you talk to, you go talk to LA Knight.
Yes,
we'll discuss.
They're desperate for a fifth member.
Oh yes, it's like I want to kind of bring up some people that the OGs are like going to, and I want to go, man, you guys sorry.
Like, oh man, him going after Seth Rollins after what happened with Bronson, that was hilarious. Like the timing,
that was too. Yeah,
the timing was just awful. I'm like, you just saw what happened, right?
That's the equivalent. Hold on, Dennis, you could agree too, and I gotta say it. This is almost the equivalent of you just see a chick and a guy get in an argument, and then you roll up on the chick going, "Hey, baby, you want to go on a date? Hey. I'll get you a shake." I think that's going to work.
Go get you a shake so we can sit down and talk about it. You understand?
Got my shoulder right here.
I already got Kleenex right here. Wait, you had Kleenex on hand? That's pretty cool.
I mean, it's like, yeah, watch out. See, Sammy wasn't that slick. Sammy was, Seth, I saw you with your homie, but hey, you want to team with your most hated rival?
Yeah.
Why are you so mad? See, Sammy's walking out going, why are you yelling? So that's Sammy. But we'll talk, like I said, about his, his wonderful work ethic here on trying to make teams work. All right, so we got the Profits and the Guns. Guns win by DQ or maybe got thrown out. Ciampa, one-man army. And like LaDarius brought up, kind of got some heel tendency from the Profits. What did y'all think?
I don't like the way this tag team division is going. I know y'all like it. I don't like it. I don't like the way this tag team division is going. They need to give us more. It seemed like it was better when, and I'm talking about both tag team divisions.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right.
Because the whatever their name is, with the purple. They ain't defended their titles in almost like it feels like 3 months. Like they don't even wear them. Like damn, they defend. They don't even wear them. Like at least when the Usos weren't defending them, they always wore them. They don't even wear them proudly. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I'm with you.
Listen, it's time for somebody to take over that tag team division. I would like to see other teams have it, like American Alpha. Let American Alpha have it. Because them two dudes, even though they get their ass whooped a lot, let them have it. Or give it to the Wyatt family. Like, give it to somebody that's going to make it grow. Hell, give it to Karrion Kross and them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So that's AOP. Let one of them have it.
Yeah. I mean to cut you off. I apologize if I did. But
go ahead, LaDarius.
AOP is very interesting because everything Dennis just said was true. And it's the same reason why I get irked of how AOP has been booked. Like, AOP felt like to me a no-brainer to put the tag belts on it because they check a lot of boxes. Like, they're dominant, they have the size, and I understand how the tag, I understand keeping the belts on Mr. Forehead and Finn Balor.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a lot of head, though.
Listen.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm like, I need a bigger.
He got a nerve to have a headbutt move off the top ropes.
Yeah, I'm like, that's illegal. Like, listen, the pile driver and whatever he does with that forehead, that's bad. That's not fair. People got families, for God's sakes. Like,
Randy Orton's gonna be stretchered to it. Oh!
And you see this big, massive forehead. You don't see no hairline. You just see a forehead coming at you.
Hey,
and it's like,
could you imagine if they did the Dudley Boys Watch Up with his big ass head?
Oh man! Listen, whoever takes that, man, they're out for the rest of the year. They're out. They're out at least 3 months.
They come back to the Divas division.
What happened? Let me tell you something. Wait, Carrie, are you all right? Shut up! I'm trying to talk here. And what these guys did? Ah, man. I'm not saying get surgery, but I don't know how far deep it went. I don't know how much it cost. I assume you made good money. Like, I know you guys are, you know what I'm saying? You don't have like insurance like that, but you can find somebody to, to fix, it may hurt a little. So, yeah, get some cream down there to numb it and get the mask on, get the laughing gas on, and get that fixed.
Tell them to put the cream on it.
You got to get a cup. You got to get a cup.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, and let's also go here. I skipped over the bloodline attack. Everybody. That's when we saw Bronson Reed. And look, Bronson Reed, half Samoan. I have no problem for Bronson to be in this. Yeah. I actually like it. And man, think about it. Solo Sikoa, who's moved up. You got Jacob Fatu. They're treating like a big deal, and they're treating Bronson Reed as a big deal. Really? So I really like the idea of it. It's going to actually play to what I'm going to suggest to do. Main event was Nia Jax and Naomi. Guys, I got to go here. You got to give it to Naomi. She was a great worker. Something that happened. Bianca has this problem with Bayley, but yet she has no problem teaming with Damage Control Io Sky. I brought this up last week. I'm going to keep bringing this up. Bianca, we need to keep this thing going properly. You going dancing, it's like Raheem Morris going, ha ha, key. It ain't working for me. Now, I will say, if you start developing a heel tendency and you start beating down Bayley, I'm all for it then. Because then we got something different now. And Bianca's a heel.
If she beats Bayley, then she's beaten all 4 of the horsewomen then, right?
Yeah, I think so too. But what was it? She's beaten Bayley a few times.
Who, Bianca?
Bianca.
Bianca. The only one she hasn't beaten, I think, is Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, Charlotte she hasn't beaten. Right. And she normally
I thought she fought Charlotte already.
No. Well, what was it?
I think something was they were supposed to. It was like the same situation where, remember when Bianca was to fight Rhea Ripley, and I think one of them got hurt, and so it kind of changed the play. I think Charlotte got hurt, and I think because it was supposed to be, Bianca and Flair were supposed to fight at a WrestleMania. I don't know if it was 2 years ago, but I think Charlotte had got hurt or something like that. But I think that's the only. Yeah, but she's beaten everybody else at least twice, I believe. Yeah. So with the exception of Charlotte.
Yeah, and Charlotte, she is. I mean, I would like to see that match actually still.
Yeah.
But but I'm going to say I thought the Bailey and Bianca dynamics really good. Jax and Naomi fought really good. It was a good match. I was very impressed, and I'm glad Naomi, was able to showcase her ability against Nia. So, what did you guys think? I mean, she didn't win, but we'll talk about what happens next.
It was a good main event match. It was actually better than what I expected, to be honest with you. And I wonder if they're gonna like rub them in to the bloodline conversation. Like, I'm
They
wondering how they
could.
gonna rub the women in there. I'm wondering.
I mean, they can. They can find a way.
And it makes sense if it makes sense for both. To me, it makes sense for Naomi and for Nia Jax to be in it. It makes a whole lot of sense.
And I got a feeling, and now we talking theories, and I know your girl. I got a feeling your girl cashes in for the U.S. title.
Ooh,
I
want her. I really would like Tiffany to cash in on the WWE title. That's just me. I mean, I
feel it.
They keep teasing. So I'm just saying, eventually you got paid off. But look, whenever Tiffany does cash in, I hope they're ready because she's going to become a face. She's going to be because the pop she gets is going to be crazy. What's up, Jerry? Much love.
Jerry.
You wish you could made it. Yeah. Jerry is out.
The lone wolf is not here today, but it's okay. He's doing lone wolf stuff, whatever that is.
Yeah, that's the family. So we give people time when they ask for family stuff. So that's no big deal. That's no matter. Now, we're going to go into Monday Night Raw. This was actually quite fun.
Okay, well, let me ask a question before you get to that.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Because I want to address your tag titles thing too, by the way.
Well, on Monday Night Raw,
do
you think we're getting the Final Testament versus the Wyatt family War Games match?
I don't think it'll be War Games. I think they need to do it as a Survivor Series Classic elimination match.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense to do it that way. Okay. And what that is basically you just have the 4 men on one side, 4 men on the other. It's a tag match. It's basically an elimination match. And last man, is the winner. Or when you eliminate the whole team.
Only problem is they got the 2 rings there, so it's like
well, my thing is if you do another War Games match, look, I'm gonna be real honest. They did not need to do 2 War Games matches, but they are doing it for the women, and I get why. And honestly, the women's match may be fun. More, it's going to be a lot fun to watch versus maybe the Bloodline to some people.
Maybe.
But
the women's division is about to take a big ass boost because they got a lot of women. They got a lot of women in NXT, and so the Royal Rumble is going to be real good this year. So,
and Jordan Grace, and I'm going to tell you, Charlotte should be back by then. We should have Asuka back. Becky Lynch has been confirmed. They're coming back on the Netflix Monday Night Raw. Okay. And look, everyone that was worried about Netflix, let me first say this. I understand the boxing. I understand. Let me address the biggest problem, the big elephant in the room. Jake Paul has never beaten an actual fighter. He's beaten MMA fighters. Okay, never mind. But no. But he's only beaten MMA fighters. He beat a 58-year-old man who showed his ass cheeks on national television.
After he kissed somebody on the cheeks, he showed.
He kissed a man on the cheeks and walked away, and you saw cheeks. And then, I just laughed because someone there said, "You're not going to let Tyson beat a great boxer like Jake Paul?" And I went,
"Who?
Okay." You're not allowed to ever talk boxing if you think Jake Paul is great. No, he's never fought a boxer. I'm sorry. There's a reason why his fights are 2-minute rounds. It's not an actual boxer. So
he's the Bill Goldberg of wrestling. That's what we're of boxing. That's what we're trying to say.
Gilbert was taken more seriously than Jake Paul. How about that? That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I love Mike Tyson. But that wasn't Mike. That was just an old man hadn't to get, was getting mad because someone was trying to take his biscuits and gravy. And, that's what happened. So, but yeah, people were nervous because of all the buffering. I didn't have any issues. Did you guys have any issues watching the fight? I mean,
well, the buffering was bad. So what I did was, I just, I let mine go delay a little bit. So while everybody else was at like 15 seconds left in the match, I had a minute to still
okay,
watch
I
the
did the
match.
same. All right. That sounds like what I did too, because I was like, I don't have to be on time. I'll watch it. I already know what was happening, But all right, so we kind of did the same. And LaDarius, how about you, brother?
No, I tried to keep somewhat of a pace with it, but like I said, the buffering. But I tried to stay within. I understood, so I just kind of let it roll what it did, because I kind of saw. Because to be honest, the women's match before that was a lot better than what we saw at Paul and Tyson.
Oh God, yes.
Like just saying, just like it was. Like the ladies put on a better show, in the co-main event than Jake Paul and Mike Tyson did. So,
yeah. And by the way, I want to just tell everybody is to also give it a chance. Christmas Day is coming. That's when Netflix is going to have the back-to-back football games on Netflix.
Yeah.
So, KC and Pittsburgh. And I forgot the second game. But, make sure you watch. I think if there's major issues then we'll worry about it when it comes for Monday Night Raw. Raw's got a new logo for Netflix. As no big thing. Travis Scott's supposed to be writing up the song. Travis got the hardcore title now, so watch out. Mick Foley might come out of nowhere to get it.
Even though that one looks a lot better than.
Oh yes, and not only that, God, man, I wish Crash Holly was still alive, because that man would have came out of a freaking kid's jungle gym to go for that belt. I love that. Crash Holly is the best hardcore champion, bar none. I mean, for a simple fact that man was willing to do a match with everybody just so he could get some sleep. One respect for me. So, all right, we got a women's war game. So, I threw out. Go ahead and do an elimination, but here we go. Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, Bianca, and then what was it? They had
Liv Morgan,
Raquel and Liv. Yeah, I was reading the wrong thing. It happens. And then we had Jade, we had Bianca, Naomi. They brought out Io, which, like I said, a little bit of hesitation in my mind because I'm going. It would have been funny if Bianca goes, and my best friend, Io Sky from Damage Control. And everyone just looks at her. Don't you hate Bailey because she was from Damage Control?
So how do you like one but not the, what? Forget it.
I think it's I don't think she dislikes Bailey for the whole Damage Control thing. I think she well, wait a minute. I think she dislikes Bailey for other reasons. But does Bailey does Damage Control make the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I can't argue if you said yes, but then I'm thinking, you know what? I mean, title-wise, women faction, I can't really argue. I think you could give it to them. Yeah. Because that is something that is impressive. No doubt.
Like I said, Bailey alone assembling, listen, Bailey could be a 2-time Hall of Famer. She's already a first ballot as a solo star, and for that faction, like, people gotta understand, like, look at the body of work they did. Why not put? Because listen, Bailey. That's why I say, out of the 4 horsewomen people, like, Bailey was the one that, all of them, have made their marker to a certain extent, but Bailey literally she created a women's faction when there were really no female faction.
Women factions, yeah. I was
and she was, that. I mean,
except for this new.
No. We don't talk about them. No.
I'd rather talk about the fatal influence than the other.
Yeah, we don't talk about. We don't talk about Pure Trash Collective. So we don't talk about the Garbage Collective.
I thought you had their merch. What are you talking about?
I don't remember.
They sent you. Hey man, C-Dub, we love how you talk on the show. They didn't send me anything. And I thought I was a supporter, but no, they sent you a shirt. I wasn't
They
upset.
sent you some merch from
They didn't send me no merch. Trust me, this is just my regular tank top.
and they gave him a
Yeah.
bumper sticker, huh?
Yeah.
Yo, crazy,
Yeah,
man.
bumper
What's up,
sticker,
Kristen?
like a coaster, like
Hold on, and it has them doing this. Shoot your shot. It's like no, I don't.
yeah, they sent them
No.
like a coaster and everything. I was a little bit jealous.
I tried to send it back. I said no. We don't take donations.
Hi,
So
Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Santa, if you're watching, that man said it. I didn't say anything. So
yeah,
And listen,
If you wanna put it-
I said it.
if you're watching, I'll let you know I do take donations. I will wear a shirt proudly.
exactly.
Just
So
make sure it's my right size.
so what me and Dennis are saying is the person you should be going after is the man in the upper left hand corner. And listen, and next thing you know, we might see poor CW in a computer clutch, and we don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah.
should we do something? No,
No,
you go to the
no,
show
it's fine.
now.
Hey, wait,
Hold on.
that's funny that you say that. So is Bronson Reed more family than Samoa Joe?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because Samoa Joe is not even related to him. That's like the common joke everyone says when Samoa Joe comes out. Someone goes, "No relations to that side." It's like, poor
Wait,
Joe, man.
Question. So your name is Samo, and you're okay. All right.
That's what I
listen.
said. You
It's
have
like
never-
everybody looks at Joe. That's possible. It's like yes. Not every Puerto Rican's related to CDouble. Not every Samoa's related to Roman.
You're not related to Damian Priest. You're just telling me this now. Great.
No, actually, there's a distant branch that touches like really closely, so we're kind
Listen,
of.
are we talking like a Christmas tree branch, or are we talking like a redwood branch? Because that's
I would call it the olive oil branch.
Yeah. It's like it, but it's one of those that entwines.
If you throw that oil and you can smell it 3 blocks away, then y'all touch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
the island relevancy. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
So and then we got Liv Morgan saying, "Look, I do math and I know how this is going to go. So who's going to throw the first punch?" And then Rhea Ripley comes out with Cody Rhodes' mask. They need to like do a mix-up mashup with her music. She's got the face mask. She headbutts her. Look, Rhea, I love you, girl. You are one of my fantasy women. First, stop with the headbutt on Liv. Haven't you learned already? You got a boo-boo because of it. But
she likes that headbutt. Though.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. And by the way, she's awesome.
She is awesome, and she's married.
Yes, she's married.
I finally seen her and her husband do a McDonald's challenge. So I cried a little bit. I cried a little bit.
You know what? Look. Any woman that does a McDonald's challenge with her man, every fat man is going to be like, God, you.
And I'm proud to be an American. Where it is, I know. Big Mac, quarter pounder, and the fries. It's all right to me.
And by the way, Buddy freaking inhaled his food, by the way. That's a champ, by the way.
Buddy,
I don't even think he breathed. That's the crazy
thing. It's like,
Buddy did like Patrick Starr. He just sucked the food and he didn't even eat. He just put on Patrick Starr. That's what he did.
All right, so what do we think about the potential women's war games? What are we looking at with this? What do you guys think? We're going to go with Dennis and LaDarius.
It's kind of crazy because the last women's war games, that other girl, I can't remember her name, she was from Damage Control. She stole the show with the trash can coming off the top of the cage.
That was Io Sky.
That was Io Sky.
That was Io
Sky.
Yeah. This is her 6th war games match.
I was going to say, yeah. I wrote an article. That's why I remember it.
That's why she's in it, because they need her to come off the top of the cage with something crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was Io Sky. I'll take that back. Yeah, that's why she's in it.
Yeah,
that's why she's good friends with Bailey. I mean, with Bianca. Because they need her to come off the top of the cage with something crazy this time.
Oh God! All right, what about you, LaDarius?
Y'all smoking mirrors? Okay, no.
Love that song.
Listen, when I saw Io Sky was in this, I'm like, listen, just because like you said, this is her sick. Like she's the most experienced person in this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
and it's not even close. Like other people, like little, a little bit of teenage bit of experience. But what makes this women's war games interesting is that everything kind of ties together if you take the time long enough. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like I could argue. I think when it comes to the women's war games, that it feels more connected than it does the men's, and that's simply because we don't know who the fifth person is going to be for the other side. But what we do know from the women's war games perspective is, listen, like Io's gonna fight Liv Morgan at some point because she's the number one contender. Bianca. Listen, the whole her being friends with Io and not Bailey. I think Bianca still remembers that when Bailey was with Damage Control, how she led the way of. I remember because she took out. Remember, Bianca missed like a couple of months.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
that's where the bitterness kind of comes because she was the leader. And I guess
Mm-hmm.
if you want to go logic wise, she doesn't look at Io the same way because Io was just following orders from Bailey. Like it's just a
Mm-hmm.
theory.
Yeah, no,
But
I got you. I got you.
like I said, it's not a perfect theory, but it's a theory nonetheless. But I'm really looking. I'm the one person I'm really looking forward to in this War Games match is Tiffany Stratton.
Mm.
Because Tiffany Stratton, we've seen her whether it's the women's was the Money in the Bank match, she's always put on the show when the spotlight's on,
Mm-hmm.
and so at the end of the day, to me, it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter whether win, lose, or draw. Like I know Io's going to put on a great show, and I know Tiffany Stratton will because the body of work. So that I'm really looking forward to the women's War Game match. Like I said, I'll probably start written up about that but next week. The week of War Games, I'll go. I won't go into a whole little soliloquy, but to me it's exciting because like if you think about look at all those combined championships in that match.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a very decorated women's. It's just not like they're not. Like I could have argued like you could have used the women in the NXT for War Games. I wouldn't have been upset at that either.
Oh.
Because I would there's probably no room on the card, but the match they had, the 5-on-5 they had, that'd have been great for Survivor. That fits literally the format. But
Oh yeah.
but listen, it should be exciting. I think. Listen, I think like I said, what I love about these multi-tag matches, everybody getting their stuff in. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, I know Io's going to probably have the trash can as we speak already ready to use because it's somewhere it's going to show up somewhere. We don't know where it's going to come from. It's going to show up. It's just going to be great. So I'm really looking for it. It's probably maybe personally one of my favorite matches that's going to be on this card.
Oh yeah, I agree. We got and I will just say my thoughts on it. I think Rhea Ripley being able to be in this, I'm intrigued by how she'll do with it. Also, I'm actually intrigued with Bianca and Jade because they started sowing these seeds of maybe we're gonna start maybe working them apart. We will see. And not only that, Jade in the War Games. This is something different for Jade. A lot of people wanted Jade at Blood and Guts and never had that. So we'll see how she does in this. With the amount of talent in that match, I don't think she'll struggle, but I am intrigued to see how she does. So, but I'm looking forward to it. Naomi's going to be a superstar in this too, by the way. And someone else to think about, Candice LeRae. People are probably looking why she is a very good veteran wrestler, finally getting some time to work. So I'm happy for her. So that's my thoughts on that match. Rey Mysterio, Zelina Vega versus Chad Gable and Ivy Nile. I actually did want to talk about this because I'm going to tell you, I read that article of yours, and it has never left me because I felt the same way. Zelina Vega is going to be the next woman's Rey Mysterio. She is picking up so much from him. If anything, LWO has done well for somebody, it's her.
Yeah.
Because she has been able to come out more of being the Latina, embracing it, and she's been able to just really feed off. She really does a lot of things that you kind of want the other guys to do. But man, her and Ray teamed up very well together. So
yep.
I'm going to go around. Who wants to take it first? You want to do it, LaDarius, or Dennis? Do you want?
I'll let Dennis is our guest. I'll let him go first.
Well,
All right, go for it.
I think they need to start bringing the mixed tag matches back. Personally,
Yes.
I really did like those. They need to bring those back. I did enjoy seeing this, and I do think she's going to be the female Rey Mysterio, and it's time for her to get a little push. That's what it's time for. It's time for these women to start getting some push. Give them a
Oh, yeah.
push. Even if they don't, win it. Like even that girl that was on SmackDown with the feathers, and I think she's the 24/7 champ or speed champ or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh,
Candice LeRae.
Candice
Yes,
LeRae, yeah.
Candice LeRae.
With
Yeah,
the purple.
it's time.
Yeah,
It's time
yeah.
for let her get her push. Let the rest of these girls get their push. Now everybody don't have to win because they got to push. Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah.
But the push, the look, and let them perform and let people start seeing their performance. That's how you start to fall in love with different wrestlers. Like, oh man, he just flew off the top of the cage, and that's why we love Ricochet so much, even though he ain't win a lot.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Ricochet would do the craziest things. You'd be like, holy smack! It reminds me of a diet Sabu. That's what Ricochet reminds me of. A diet. He would be the diet Coke to Sabu.
Man,
That's what he would be.
not
I
even
like that,
Coke.
actually.
He's a Diet Coke. That's pretty good. I like that one.
That's
I
what
like that,
Ricochet would
too.
be. He'd be the diet Coke to Sabu because Sabu would do it, but he'd do it extreme. So it'd be like diet Coke mixed with Red Bull with Sabu. That's what Sabu was.
Oh, Sabu, where was he? He's on top of the building. What? What are you doing?
Oh,
Get down.
Jesus Christ.
This is some indie stuff. Get down from there. What are you?
You had Sabu and Sandman in the match. Forget it. Something's gonna die.
Yeah.
Somebody ain't gonna make it.
Listen, somebody's insurance wasn't covered. They're like, you do what now? We're not covering that. What did you think? No. You're like, we didn't see your matches? No. We know who you are. No.
2 drink minimum. Oh hell, Sandman's here. All right, get a 6-pack for him.
But you just said, I said 6-pack. Wait, check that.
Cold 6-pack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you had to throw that shit too.
Oh, we got some on the counter. No. You better run to the corner store, and you better get in that freezer. Don't go in the cooler. Like, don't go like we open the door. No, go in the cooler part. Go in the cooler part because that's where it's really cold.
Oh, you just tell them something like, you know what? Just go all the way in there, move that rack, go to the back, go get them free. Go get them.
Yeah. Okay. So just leave the money here and just get. Because I just leave out the back door in the car and go back because I got to be at the arena back in 10 minutes. So, but
I like that Diet Coke version of Sabu. That's great. Go ahead.
Whoa, Diet Coke Sabu now, baby. No. Here's like I said. I thank you for mentioning the article again, CW. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother.
The thing, and like I said, I've always been super high on Zelina Vega because she's been put in big matches before, and she has this Rey Mysterio vibe. She's always had it, like the underdog story. Like Rey Mysterio, his size was a world champion, and you've never seen. He paved the way for a lot of dudes his size to be champions because before that, it was like the Brock Lesnar's of the world. You had to be like the Triple H's, the Rocks. You had to have this build. And no matter how talented you were, like your size mattered. And Rey Mysterio broke through that. And to me, that's why he's a Hall of Famer. His career has always been not only just the underdog story, but just proving that, hey, being that size does not hamper you from being great. It's like in the NFL, people say you got to be a certain size to be a quarterback. We've seen shorter quarterbacks be very successul. It's no different with Rey Mysterio in wrestling. He made the way to have champion. Zelina Vega, listen, at some point she has to be a single champion. She was the queen of the ring. People tend to forget that.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why she was queen of the ring. And then I look on the other side, I look at Ivy Nile. I like the way she's being booked and packaged with I'm gonna say American males, excuse me. With American Alpha. Listen.
Don't feel bad.
It's partly your fault because you put it in my head. I'm like, I'm going to keep saying it, and it's okay because we're all friends here. We're all friends here.
Yes.
So American man. Anyway, sorry. All right, back to we're focused. We're back. But here's the thing. Even like Ivy Nile was impressive. She was impressive in NXT.
Yeah.
And Dennis made a point like when you give these women the opportunity, because like I say, listen, as you know, listen, I'm big on women's wrestling. Listen, Ivy Nile, you could put like you can't push everybody, but like Ivy Nile and her role in American Alpha is super important because now in the even look, she's even integral in the feud with even with the Wyatts. Like you can put her in so many situations now because she she can fight. Period.
Yeah.
And what we saw in that match, we saw an example of like Chad Gable, who's going to be a champion at some point. Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer. Like this match was good because chemistry matters and talent matters. Because you can have two great people and two great talents and not have chemistry, and you can have chemistry and you can have the opposite. You can have talent, all this talent but no chemistry. You can have no chemistry. Oh, but there's talent. So this match was fun to watch, and like I say, Zelina Vega just showed like she, they're going to strap a rocket to her sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Before I get into the Intercontinental Championship, rumor is that there will be an Intercontinental Championship for the women. That kind of confirmed it when you watched SmackDown. You saw nothing but SmackDown women that were on the docket for those triple threat matches. And then on Raw, if you didn't notice, a lot of women were having promos being shot. So this is another way you get your character out. So I definitely am with you. Watch out. And look, if they get a women's Intercontinental title, I have said it. I'll say it again. I would love for Natalya to win it at least once, just so, the Hart family. But that's just me. Sheamus versus Braun Breaker, I was kind of mad about this match because I didn't want it to happen until Mania.
Yeah.
They fought, and man, I love the ending of this match because Ludwig Kaiser came in. Ludwig looked amazing. He beat up both guys. A little earlier, you had Sheamus or Gunther and Ludwig talking, and he says, "You need to go make a name for yourself." Well, he did just that. And actually, Ludwig was doing that, where his feud with Sheamus and everything. But now, obviously, he's going to reunite that. Looking forward to seeing how Braun comes into the picture with this. And what did you guys think about this match between Sheamus and Ludwig and Braun Breaker? There was no contest, by the way, if anyone wanted to know. And then, of course,
I seen that. I think it's time for Ludlow to get his push.
Yeah.
It's time for him to get his push. Nobody wants to see Sheamus become Intercontinental Champion. So it's time for Ludlow to get his push.
I actually don't have a problem with Ludwig. It's like this. If Goldberg is going to do this retirement match at Mania, it's a rumor, I know. But if he wants Braun,
I'm sorry.
There's been rumors of Goldberg wanting to do at least a farewell to WWE, a la John Cena. But anyway, but
give Goldberg a mic and say, "I'm retiring and get out. We don't need a match."
Yeah. But if you're gonna do a hold on, there's only one match that I would actually watch, and I want to see. Just to see if this man's shoulder just falls off his body. Because I want to see Braun Breaker break him. And, not only that, he's a family friend of Braun, so you're pushing Braun. And not only that, Braun could drop the belt to Ludwig. Ludwig then could drop the belt to Sheamus at WrestleMania. That's just me saying. I wouldn't mind that. But if not, I think Braun versus Sheamus at Mania would be cool. But that's just me. What do you say, LaDarius?
I don't know. The shoulders. Oh, no. Sorry. No, you've been the position. Sorry. You're talking about shoulders. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, maybe.
Yeah, I've been thinking about whose shoulder was going to fall off, too. But then.
Oh, no, it would be Goldberg because Braun, he's that young,
Yeah. Listen, I'm thinking about, man, they got to take out Goldberg and his shoulders. Like, how are they going to put him? They're not going to put him on the stretcher. Did they put the shoulders on top of him or do they fold him up? Like, listen. That man gonna be eating with his. Never mind. Anyway,
look! Don't worry. Gabe will be right there next to his daddy. Christy, come on, watch wrestling. Then you can join us. We don't mind. It's always fun when we talk wrestling. You're welcome up for your part.
Hey, you're always welcome here.
The Brahma Bull may be coming back. You don't know. The final boss.
Smell.
Mana. You feel that?
Oh, the mana. Oh.
The final boss.
Look at you now. Look at you now.
Mama Rose.
Mama Rose.
Mama Rose.
Final boss.
Look, he's not wrestling yet, but there have been, like I said, my favorite burn was when Gunther looked at him and said, "Yeah, I can fight you. I got 3 minutes to spare."
I was like, beep, man. Goldberg ain't got no shoulders now. He goes at the dinner. He's got it. Never mind, folks. We hear. Listen, Goldberg. Listen, if you're you're next to lose. So there you go. Listen, I'm just saying a backstage promo is not the worst idea. Just think about it. Like,
so
is he gonna have Mike Tyson? You know what? As long as he keeps his pants on, we're good.
I was gonna say, if I see Goldberg cheeks, I'm out. Like, sorry. Nah.
There's just some things we can't do.
Hey, Bill, I got something for you. I got a gift for you. I swear to God, Mike, if you give him those, I swear to God, Mike. Like, listen, for boxing that works, like this man's gonna fight. That thing gets stuck up there. It's gonna be a difficult, couple of minutes for Goldberg to try to get. You know what? Forget it. Anyway, you asked me a question, and I'll answer your question.
Yeah.
The answer is the Rubicon, and there's pyramids. No. Here's the thing. I would have loved for them to save this match for wrestling, but listen, it doesn't mean it can't still happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Because to your point, this was a no contest, so there was no definitive winner. So you could run this back. Like I said, how Hunter is booking, these titles, like long reigns is not a top priority. Like
no.
So, I think Dennis dropped off.
All right, well, if you want to come back, come on back. I think he may have had an issue going on. So
yeah. And so we've seen under Hunter, like long range is not a top priority. So like your idea makes sense. Where I want to see Sheamus. I think that's the last belt Sheamus has to complete the Grand Slam. I if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's won all the titles except for that one.
Oh man, Christy, come on! It's true. It's like whoever did that.
Look. Hold on, I gotta do it now. I mean, look, Christy. I mean, here at the hold on. We're just gonna.
Don't put me on. Get out of here! Don't leave my face on that man's cheek. What the hell is wrong with you? You put my face on that man's cheek. And
look, I took you off, and then I put it back, and then I had to switch the picture.
You put my whole face on that man's ass. What's wrong with you? What's the matter?
What? Look at you now. So look, Christy. I mean, yeah, that booty was looking pretty spicy, but look, we're not in that department here. Me personally, I don't think I could just walk out and be like, "I love you," and then turn around with my butt exposed to the air.
You see how casual that? I'm like, that was too casual. Like, listen,
yeah.
like,
oh god, we're going back to this.
like, here's the thing. If that's what you do, that's cool, Mike. Listen, you're one of the greatest boxers I've ever seen. But that just love is love. Like, fine, like love is love.
Definitely sums up the Denver game.
Yeah. We don't call it the Mike Tyson game. That's what we're going to call from the Tyson game.
I have said we had back-to-back losses. I saw that picture. I went, perfect example of how we played. Cheeks. Or how would John Cena describe this game? There we go.
And the rule of three. Mike said, yeah. Right. He emphasized the kiss my entire ass. He made sure that he did in that order too. He said, kiss his ass, check. He picked up the check and then he left. Christy, that he did that all in order. See, Christy understands. Christy gets the assignment. But anyway, I didn't mean to get off track. But this is what we do on here. We stay on track, off track, but we always come back full cheeks. I mean circle. Now, but like I say, your idea about the IC title works because I want to see Sheamus win it. I want to see Ludwig win it. And the way you could do it is like, here's the thing: Ludwig versus Sheamus. That's a WrestleMania match. That's a WrestleMania worthy match because the way you book it, you can make it work. It doesn't matter. Ideally, you would want to probably have Ludwig with the belt. Ideally,
yes. Mm-hmm.
So at that point, so it's not the worst. There's a reason why Ludwig is hanging around in this storyline for a reason.
Yes, yes.
So I think the sole purpose is that we're going to get Braun and Ludwig. We don't know when. Like it's not going to be a Survivor Series, I don't think. So
no, you got Saturday night main event, and then there's a rumor that Saturday night main event will come on like the end of January. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, all I'm saying is this: don't rule out Ludwig winning the belt. I think it's a real strong possibility. I know a lot of people kind of, don't see this guy.
No,
there's something about him. He's really good, right. And he's a throwback, honestly.
Yeah, him on the mic, and here's the thing. Him on the microphone, because sometimes people struggle on the mic. Ludwig feels so comfortable on the mic, it's not even funny.
Yes.
It's like, so we got John here. Oh, man, Jada Parker versus Teddy Backcourt. Yes. And I can't wait to see Teddy Parker. Yes. And for the record, let me just say this. I know we're going to go to NXT, but I want to say this.
Yeah.
Because I saw this on Twitter.
Let our squirrel. Let us squirrel, because this is worthy of squirreling.
Because so I happened to see it on Twitter, and I thought about it, and I didn't think of it nothing at the time until I saw it on Twitter. It was like, when you saw Jakara and Lash come out, and then you saw our favorite Nikita Lyons come out. So when you saw them come out, and then all of a sudden you see Fallon standing in the ring, and it's like you see Tatum Paxley. Now C-Dub. Am I saying that Fallon Henley could have reversed that? I'm not saying it. I'm not a wrestler. But it was just the amount of time it took to do that move. I'm sitting there going, well, first of all, Fallon. Like, first and foremost, okay. Because like I said, I do want to see Paxley versus Fallon. And also with Jada Parker and Stephanie Backcourt. Listen, I keep trying to tell people, Jada Parker is going to be people, once we get out of that story, you kind of like that we got with Roxanne, Cora, and Julia and Backcourt, and then you can add in Zahara into that mix. Jada Parker is someone I say to look out for because she checks a whole lot of boxes. And then listen, Tatum Paxley versus Fallon. Listen, Fallon Henley getting that well-deserved championship, and listen, and with Tatum Paxley, listen.
Hey, call mama. Okay. I love you. Sorry.
Family moments. Don't you love it too bad? There's a song for everything.
I tell you what, Sahara's. Come on now, no, John. Sahara's not a one. No, she's not a one-trick pony. No,
he said. No, listen. We don't know what movie he's talking about. So listen, he's talking about there's one move that's reminiscent of Goldberg. Don't worry.
Well,
John.
Definitely, definitely there is.
Don't worry, John. I'm a prosecutor. We're fine. You're in good hands.
But that whole Paxton and Fallon thing was quite funny, I must admit. But yeah, it's like I said, I love NXT Women's Division. You can't beat it. I love what they're doing. So we had a moment. They did a promo, and look, I will say, Miz and Karrion Kross together. Yeah. I did not think I was going to really enjoy this duo.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, I like the duo. I like how they are together. We saw Gunther talk to Ludwig again, and by the way, that's when Priest. Yeah. WWE Universe, we have dumb babyface syndrome. Well, now we have dumb heel syndrome. So Priest is apparently signing autographs in the middle of an open spaced area.
Totally normal. Totally normal.
Yeah, totally normal. So, of course, Gunther, being the smart technician, tries to sneak up a sleeper hole. First of all, bro, Priest starts whooping his head.
Who you sneaking up on? Like,
Yeah.
who you sneaking up on?
You know what? It would have been better if Gunther would have done the following.
Yeah. You just play the Pink Panther music. Yeah, just do.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm just saying. Final
come
jobber, man.
The final, see that like the final jobber, man. Hell, man, you know, I was gonna say, John, it was a little chilly. It was a little chilly up here. I was gonna say,
yeah, it was.
Like, should it be chilly the other way around? Oh.
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 You're always fucking mirrors. So Priest with the line of the day, you know, you may be a general in the ring, but I am the, I guess, king, he calls it, of the streets. So King Priest.
What?
The king of
All
the
right.
streets is what he's called himself. Now, by the way, we didn't bring this up. So Jimmy Uso, and Sammy on SmackDown went to Roman and said, we talked to everybody. They don't want to team with us. And I'm going, I was waiting for one of them to go, Roman, have you talked to anyone?
Right. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah, it's like Roman's just like,
it's like a group project where like everyone's doing their part, except for like, and you
Roman's just gonna put his name on the project.
Roman. And it's like everybody else literally tried to find people, and all he did was call. And like Dennis mentioned it, you call Paul Heyman, whose phone was destroyed. Listen, I'm not saying could Paul had another phone. I don't say maybe another phone number. I don't know, but it's like will Roman, outside of making a phone call. So who have you talked to? Oh, that's right. Nobody likes you. Like this is what Kevin Owens was trying to tell us. Like,
yes.
If he put up his Kevin Owens, that'd be great. How much money you said? Fine.
That would be awesome. That would be great. But
I hate you.
And then he beats up Sammy and Roman. Anyway, no. He has to beat up Sammy. He has to, because it's just on principle. If you're killing Randy and you're killing Cody, you must kill Sammy. It's demanded by law.
Because like I said, hey, listen, Kevin, you need better friends. Like I'm telling you, your friends are like teaming with your enemy. Like, it's like what people in school said, like, well, you should talk to them because I don't like them. Listen, they said, listen, just because you don't like it, just because you don't like them. Right. So basically, it's like you know when you're in high school or whatever, it's supposed to be like, well, we're not going to be friends with them because I don't like them. And see, everybody, it's like that you would think that would be the, you know what Cody said, you know what everybody else said. But listen, you may not like them, but they haven't done nothing to me. And you're like,
hold on. Not only that, bro, you used to be annoying to everybody. We gave you a chance.
Yeah, you openly admitted that the one person you regretted was Kofi. Everybody else you signed off on, but the only person you regretted was Kofi. That was it.
Yeah,
like that was your only regret. Okay.
I mean, exactly. At some point, But anyway, let's get back to Roman.
Yeah.
So they bring that up to Roman, and Roman's like, "Well, what are we going to do?" Roman, have you physically went up to some people and said, "Hey, I need to talk." I mean, dude, first of all, Roman, we already know you a good talker. You could be like Boys to Men. You the deep bass sounding guy. You'd be like, "Hey fellas,
hey." I know I heard
exactly,
baby. I know. But let's make tonight right.
If you did that, if you did that to Seth.
Yeah,
I bet you Seth would drop his fancy clothes and work with you. He didn't even wear the tax suit.
Oh my God, we won't see no more cheeks. I swear to God.
No, I didn't try to get cheeks involved. I swear to God. But
see, Becky,
now, Becky
for my eyes only. Well, we gotta go. Whoa! No, we're not.
Wow! So anyway, so we fast forward. And by the way,
mirrors.
we saw a pretty cool moment with Sammy throwing his phone to the couch. And I'm pretty interested by that because, if it's just like a moment of a guy going, well, fuck, I'm not going to get my phone destroyed. I'm going to put it in the couch.
Yeah.
Smart. But if it's more, I'm even more impressed. So I'm just saying, It's just one of those things. Now, the Usos and Sammy, now, obviously, going by yourself didn't work. So we're going to go in as a trio. Now, guys, if you would have sang this as a quartet, I would have been floored, and I think Seth would have joined the team. Because y'all did nothing except say the same thing. And I'm just like going, what are we doing here? Are we really serious? And of course he says, no way, under any circumstances. My thing is this. If Seth is going to be the guy, the only way I see any of this working is if you have the next couple episodes, Roman shows up and talks to him. Because we have not seen Roman humbled. And I'm not saying Iron Sheik humble where I break your back and make you humble. I'm saying you've got to be humble. I mean, because think about it. He comes back. Nothing has changed. Yeah. And if you go back to Kevin Owens, that's what he says. And even Seth has said it. Nothing has changed. So Roman has to have some kind of drastic change. Not just put a yeet on your shirt. You got to kind of, you kind of got to give me a little more. And of course, at the end of all this, Jimmy just pokes his head out between the two and goes, no yeet. And Jay and him look like brothers by, trying to attack each other. But either way, I just find that very funny. That's the one thing I kind of critique about because it's hilarious how everyone – and by the way, I did love Jay looking at Roman going, make the call. Make the call. Now, of course, it would have been funnier if he would have said, hey, make the call, and he calls Domino's or something else.
Yeah, I took a large pepperoni.
You have that emergency pizza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should have got that.
Just press the button and they just pop up with the pizza. It's like, whoa.
Wait, what? How does that work? We're Domino's.
Yeah. How did you get in my house?
Wow.
No.
You topping mushroom pizza and pepperoni. You want some Parmesan bites? Okay.
The Roar Machine destroyed Dominic and Carlito. Really, it's more about the aftermath where JD, Forehead, and Balor attack the War Raiders and did some moves on their neck, which I thought was actually good because it obviously, look, the War Raiders will sell. It's not like they're just these impossible monsters.
Yeah.
So that's cool about them. And the thing is, my thing is this tag team division would be fixed if you just combined the damn belts and consolidate these teams. I mean, because I think you're now seeing with the character work you're doing with the Profits, with the character work you're doing with DIY. And I want people are like, oh, Johnny's going to go face. Guys, I want you to think about this. So if DIY if Johnny Gargano splits up and Gargano becomes a face and he goes to his wife, who's a heel.
Yeah.
If that scene doesn't have her smacking the crap out of her husband going, you go back to Ciampa and you do what he tells you because you need to realize you don't have the killer instinct and something like that. And that is something I wish would happen soon because I don't have a problem with Ciampa going bad guy Ciampa.
Yeah.
Johnny has to follow because his wife is a heel. There is no reason for Johnny to be a face and his wife be a heel.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, before Indy Hartwell got released, they were kind of doing that with her, with Candice, where Candice was doing heelish things, and Indy was kind of resistant to it, but Indy came around, and I think you could kind of do the same thing with Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah,
because like I say, splitting them up and Gargano going heel wouldn't make going face would make sense because, like you said, his wife is arguably one of the bigger heels in the company right now. So the math ain't math in there. So in that regard, but when it comes to consolidating the belts, here's why I say yes and no. I'll be real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
I say I see your point because the number of tag teams on all the brands. So I understand, especially specifically Raw and SmackDown. But to me, the one downside is that the belt going. It's similar with the issue I have, like with there's a reason why. The reason why I see your point is because there's a reason why there's not a second pair of women's tag team champions. There's only one pair of women's tag team champions in the whole company.
Exactly.
And there's a reason why they did that. It was because there was a lack of female teams across all three brands.
Yes.
So you had to spread across. And the consolidation to me works if you start consolidating the teams. Because
and you could. Yeah. It's not like you couldn't.
Exactly. So that's why I say it's easier to consolidate a team than to kind of create teams. Because listen, all I heard was like, oh, Montez Ford they're going to break up, and then DIY is going to break up, and then so you're kind of like, if we're going to go that route, then listen, I lean toward consolidation, and because at some point, it's not because I don't like Mr. Forehead and Finn Finn Balor as champions. But who else is left for them to face? Is the question. And I also asked the same question for the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah,
like that. That's why your consolidation idea makes sense because you can only face so many teams on the same brand. You consolidate it. You kind of you open yourself up to NXT, where we could potentially get more options there in that regard. So there's a precedent for it. So I wouldn't be upset about it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You just do it, and look, people are like, well, you just can't do it. Yeah, you can. You just make it away, and then you would be able to then, if a guy like Martez Ford wants to go single, let him. It wouldn't be a problem. Because guess what you would do? Those tag teams would then free up to go for the U.S., for the world title. You would have more contenders. But that's just me. I will say, the Bray Wyatt or the Bo Dallas promo, watch it. Yes, that man is becoming Bray. And it was amazing watching it. It's God, he just chills.
It was scary good, is the best way to describe
it. Bronson Reed beats Rollins in the main event, but you had the Bloodline show up. Then you had the good guy Bloodline show up, the OGs, and they fought off. And then you had when Seth was trying to finish off Bronson, Solo is standing on the announce table. Dumb babyface syndrome kicks in. Seth has to stare at him because he wasn't in his weekend outfit. Probably maybe that's why. Bronson Reed wins. I am not object to Bronson Reed winning. I felt he should have won the first match with Seth, so I don't have a problem with Bronson Reed winning this.
Yeah.
Don't even have a problem that they had the Bloodline involved, because guess what? Survivor Series. The question is, should Seth be the fifth man? Or if not, who would you go with as the fifth man?
To me, all signs are pointing to Seth. But, like in the words of the great Lee Corso, it's like, not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
It feels like a swerve. And to me, you could go a lot of different ways with this. Could we see another member of the Samoan family show up?
Yeah.
Or
it could be.
Because people are saying CM Punk, and I'm like, okay.
I kind of have to squint hard to see that.
Yeah, that's why I said that's when you heard the trepidation. I'm like, okay, like, listen. Sometimes you gotta go through your third string quarterback. Rikishi would. Oh man. You want to talk about cheek? You want to talk about cheeks? Let me tell you something.
Look, don't make me get some Rikishi cheeks up in here.
Listen, he gets cheeks. We're all getting out of here. Why is this show ending? Like, listen, that's why it ended right now. That's why I'm on vacation.
Cheeks.
Well, we're not coming back next week. Cause listen, I gotta see a turkey cheek for Thanksgiving, and I gotta see the other cheek.
What's up, Ryan?
Hey, what's up, Ryan? Hope all is well, buddy. But
Yes.
to me, if the fifth member is not Seth Rollins, then to me, and look, it may not be a popular opinion, it may not be a sexy opinion, but I could argue they'll run it back with Cody.
All right.
Like, because the only reason why I say that is because if the fifth person is not either one of those two, our squad played like Yokozuna. Man, those were some big. Listen.
Oh God, those were huge.
Right, listen here, man. Imagine fighting Yokozuna and that was the finisher.
Oh, that's the finish you have to
bro.
take. Ron,
Wait.
Ryan, stop. Ryan, I have told you many times. John Moxley is doing a reset over at AEW.
What's he resetting?
They won't be able to. Hell if I know. Apparently, some damn young talent. I don't know.
What did he try to say? TBS? How'd that work out?
Yes. Oh God, the takeover TBS. Yes.
Yeah.
Power driver.
Shivani.
Yeah.
I'm too. Shivani's gonna pull a Danny Glover and like I'm too over. He's gonna pull that line and just.
He has to. He has to.
He's gonna put the headset down and just be like Excalibur. I'm done.
Yeah,
but
he ain't gonna say nothing. He's just gonna take them off and just walk out.
Tony, where are you going?
Home.
I got an Uber waiting on me. I'm out of here.
My ride just said I'm here. I missed that. Yes, we all do, Ryan. That was a fun time. But go ahead. Who are you gonna say? Who are you gonna say?
Well, no, I was gonna wrap up the point by saying if it's not gonna be Cody, it's not gonna be Seth, then it has to be someone we're not thinking about. It has to be a surprise because I think that's what's irking some people is that why we need to know who, if you're holding out this long. We know who the fifth person is for the other side in Bronx. We know who that is, but when are we going to find out? Are we going to find out potentially this Friday? Are we going to find out Monday? Are we going to find out when are we going to find out the night of War Games? Are we going to find out the night of? That's the question, because if you're doing that, then like people are saying, listen, could it be like The Rock? I don't know. And then you book it in a way where, okay, you get The Rock, and then at the end, The Rock just, he low blows Roman. Like you could go a lot of different routes in that regard. I don't know. I'm not saying none of it's definitive, but like I say, you could go The Rock. Oh yeah, they win, and then next thing you know, he wins, and then things just happen that. So and then the Rock just goes heel, and then we're building up to, to potentially WrestleMania, and then you could have, and then somehow another. So just a bunch of guys talking theories. What we're saying.
Yeah. So this is what I'm going to say. They've got to at least do one segment where Roman is asking for help. We haven't had that. And I think that's one thing that needs to happen. Roman needs to show some weakness and some humility. From there, you have to then go from there. And if Seth still doesn't do it, I've heard people tell me, well, you could do Big Ron Street looks like he belongs to me. Yeah, he's half Samoan, bro. And yeah, Bowser Reed. Yeah. But I will tell you, Seth could still be in it. But here's my suggestion. If you want to have some fun with it, the next 3 shows, you have Roman start asking for help. And he's getting no help. All right? And he looks at the bloodline, or he'll look at his crew, and he goes, look, I can't find help. This is where I'm going to look at you guys, and you have a chance. Get out, or you got to fight with me. And they, as a one declared, they're going to fight. And, then at the SmackDown, they get that moment of Paul Heyman may show up. And he looks at Roman, and Roman just says, did you make the call? And Paul goes, yes, my wise man. Yeah, yes, my tribal chief, Match starts. That fifth man's supposed to come out. Nothing. Paul starts sweating a little bit. And then sure enough, the lights go out. Brahma Bull, the final boss. Because if you bring CM Punk in this, you then have to beat Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed and Solo Sikoa. Do you really want to do this? You're on mute, LaDarius.
I knew that. I was going to see if you knew. No,
okay. But yeah. So do you really want to do that? You know, so if it's me, The Rock makes so much more sense, but you don't show it until that very last moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look, let's even go this far. Seth actually tells him, I got your back. And then he gets taken out at Survivor Series by the Bloodline. Bronson Reed. And then, everyone's, or hell, Seth is out and no one knows who did it. And here you go, Roman's there. Then Paul Heyman comes out and here comes The Rock. And he shakes Paul's hand, goes in, doing his stuff, walks into the ring. And Roman and him stare each other down. Roman looks at the Bloodline like, all right, we're going to go to war. I got my cuz. Rock turns him around, hits him with the rock bottom. And they immediately slay every one of the OGs.
Yep.
I say you do it because War Games was built on heel turns.
Yep.
And this is where The Rock gets the microphone and goes, you are the dumbest tribal chief I've ever seen. He's the new tribal chief. He's pointing everyone out. And then he goes, and I am the wise man. The final boss is the wise man, bitch. And right there, now you've carried it to a different chapter. And those guys you just pushed, Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, even Solo, they are going to get even more of a rub from this. What do you do? Roman says, I've talked to everyone. When you see Roman talking to the wise man, Roman tells the wise man to make the call. And it calls the final ball. Well, hold on. Roman, remember, and this, like some people were mad when you bring this up, but Paul Heyman does have the Rock phone with the Rock's logo on it.
Yeah.
And he did use that at WrestleMania. So he can still have the phone. And, of course, he could have a new Tribal Chief one, too. But I'm just saying, there's got to, you got to do something where Roman needs to initiate. And then Rock could say, and by the way, your bitch-ass helper, Seth, I took him out. Because he's a heel. He could confess to all the crimes.
Yep.
Nothing's going to happen. He's the Tribal Chief. He's the final boss. Yeah, you remember that time at WrestleMania? He's like, you count, you're fired.
I need a living. All right.
I love the final boss character. Hate him, love him, whatever you want to say. That was one of the best character works I've ever seen from somebody.
Yeah. The Rock in character work, he just gets it.
Yeah,
like
in wrestling.
Like if people ask you, who's your favorite character of The Rock? It's like, you can't go wrong either way. The people might say, like, you can't, because that's why I said, when I said The Rock, I'm like, because I was sitting thinking, I said, that's why I said The Rock, because it pretty much, you added more, you put more detail, which I appreciate, because to me, that makes sense. If you go the Rock route, you do it the night of Survivor Series, and then you get and then, like I said, like you said, that's when The Rock turns heel. That's why I said, it makes sense. He comes in, because people act like we forget what happened at WrestleMania. Like, let's not. You think The Rock is going to forget what happened at WrestleMania? Like, we're not. None of us are going to forget it. So you think that the final boss is going to forget it? No, he's going to come in and make we're going to beat their ass. And then next thing you know, he's staying next to Roman. It's a rock bottom. And then once the rock bottom, the next thing you know, you see the new bloodline just beat the bejesus out.
And they make Roman watch.
Yeah, and they hold. Oh man.
Yeah,
and then the Rock has the mic, and then the Rock has the microphone. Like, get Tom Malone and Tom. Let Jacob Fatu do some beating. Like,
Oh, heck yeah.
You let him and Bronson take care of the light work.
Mm-hmm.
Him Solo. Yeah, that'll be. John Cena as the fifth.
No, I mean, I could, like I said, because you got to remember schedules, the work schedule too that he's under. Would it work? It could work, but the thing is, I don't want. It's like I'm looking at the guys that are being pushed, and I do not want them to get buried, or people to say, "Oh, look, they're getting buried." What if Jacob Fatu, I love you guy, betrays Solo really? With the Roman guys, remember Solo made Jacob gave up the tag.
Yeah, I love you
again.
I love you, Solo, but I also love Roman Reigns. Oh man,
dude, I'd rather hear Jacob go, "I love you, Rock. I love Rock," and people are like, "And roll."
You are the rock of my foundation. You are the rock. I'm like, oh boy. Just give Jacob Fatu 10 words and then it just goes off.
And then everyone just looks and goes, "Are you going to argue with him?"
No. If I see him cross the street, I'm like, no, I go the other way.
It's like, yeah, Jacob, or hey, I heard you said you didn't like saying I love you. And then you're like, no. I think you can say whoever you love. It's all good. We love everybody.
Hey, buddy. Listen, love is love. What the hell are you talking about? That man's gonna beat my ass. You shut up.
I will throw you under the bus if you try to get me killed.
I will personally drive the bus myself. I will get a class D license and drive a bus and run you over. Don't they take money? Not on the way I do it.
I know people. Oh my God!
What song would you play? Beep, bop, bop, bop. Running over. No days off.
So, but yeah, real quick, Chase U Mr. Chase lost the match against Ridge Holland, and therefore we now have Ridge versus Trick Williams at Deadline. That'll be, I hope it's going to be a good match. It'll be interesting. The other thing is the Women's Iron Survivor. Stephanie Vakor, Zahara's in. Nathan Frazier's in. Trying to think of who else. What you call it? Joey. I almost called him Joey Buttafuoco. Tony D'Angelo.
If you
Tony D'Angelo.
If you would have said Nunzio, I'm like, yeah, other guy. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're all the same people. But yeah,
people.
they what was it? He won, Tony D, and now he has a match with Sean Spears. Carmen Petrovic and some Ashanti guy won. Can't really remember his. Yeah, he ain't really that great. That match.
Oh wait, did you see that segment though backstage though?
I almost. That's when I shut the TV off because I was about to watch. I was like,
oh no! I'll tell you what happened. So, so Ashanti and Karma saying, "Hey, we break a pretty good team out there." And guess who shows up walking into the training room? Nikita Lyons saying, "Oh, I'll see you." Like it's something about texting, and then like Ashanti had a look on his face, and then Carmen left. I'm like, Ashanti, listen, my guy. I respect you, but in a way, listen, you got to cover up one for the other. That's all I'm saying.
If you're gonna play the game, don't you dare bring in the Costco's guys. That's all I'm saying.
What about the Sam's Club guys? We'll think about it.
You know what? You don't see WWE trying to get the Sam's Club guys involved. So that should tell you something.
We have standards. What?
What's standards? What is the standards?
Parking lot. No, next segment.
AEW. Look, I'm not involved, or I do not care for this storyline with Mox and the crew. I find it quite boring. I'm going to be really blunt because I just feel like we have tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. Watching AEW is hard. And of course, everyone will be like, "Well, stop watching." Well, look, when you do Canadian destroyers back to back to back, and you have the weakest guy on the roster who's now going for the world title versus Pentagon, and they just look so lost sometimes, and I go, "Isn't it y'all's fault?" I
So
mean,
you see, so you,
I just and they have all these matches, and I just go, here's the thing. They can have a very good show and everything would look right. And they'll
oh
still
wait,
screw it up.
yeah. I think you're right, John. But I'm pretty sure Nikita Lyons showed up. What happened with Carl Benjamin and Ashanti Adonis were backstage, and Carmen Petrovich said to, I think we work well together. Ashanti said to Carmen, "You mean outside the ring, right?" Yeah. And then all of a sudden, then Nikita Lyons just happened to show up, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I mean,
One deal
Nikita
closes, and
Lyons, man.
then yeah.
Then if you don't close the deal, you better make sure the other one doesn't show up in front of the other deal. So yeah, AEW is supposed to be going to the Hammerstein Ballroom. Good for them. They're trying to go to smaller venues. Good for them. They need to. Look, you've got to make sure and get people involved in your storylines. That's the only way this is going to work. Yeah. And I'm trying to. I still can't find the freaking card. I hate when I do that. Yeah. Then.
Yeah. So I was right. Yeah. Thank you, John. Yeah, I do. Yeah, John's. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. To me, I just found it like, but like AEW needs. Here's the thing. People say, "Oh, we hate on AEW," but look, folks, it makes there's talent on that roster. No doubt about it.
You know what they're advertising for the show?
What's that?
Chris Jericho and ECE contract signing. Make it make sense.
You see, this is people are like, oh, why can't you take AEW? This is why we can't take it serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? Like, someone tell me, like, what are we doing? It's like, listen, I made my. I'm not gonna repeat myself. I made my stance clear about AEW because, like, here's the thing, I can't take them seriously because, listen, all of this great talent and Chris Jericho still feel like he's being pushed at like what 50.
Yeah, so, and then don't forget. Hold on. Don't forget they're going to actually have AJ and Big Justice of the Costco guys live on AEW.
You can
because
that.
they gotta promote their 0-hour match.
Yeah, you could do a pre-tape production of that.
Yeah, I mean Willie Uter versus Orange Cassidy, the guy that's in the main event. Darby Allin versus Claudio. That should actually be the main event, if you ask me. But
yeah, keyword it should be.
Yeah, but we got Jericho and Ishii contract signing for not anything AEW related. It's for the Ring of Honor Championship.
Let's see. Well, that makes it all better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey man, puts asses in the seats. Now I will say, Chris Statlander versus Hikaru Shida.
Okay.
So face versus face. Even though one was a heel, we never got the story, and then
look,
Shida never really recovered from, what's her name, kicking out at a half of one.
Yeah. At this point, I'll just take it. I'll take it. Like,
yeah.
Do I like it? No, but listen, like I said, I think I said on another show. Listen, we may not just because we understand something, doesn't mean we gotta like it. Tony Khan understands it, doesn't mean we gotta like it. So,
and I will say, all-star 8-man tag, folks. Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricochet,
good.
Mark Davis.
Who the owner of the Raiders? All right, go ahead.
Tanaka or Takeshita, the guy that doesn't want to be Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, a.k.a. Baldy, Lance Archer, discount Drew McIntyre. And I'm a big guy, but I don't do anything spectacular. Brian Cage. So I guess that's the guy that I'll take out, Mark Davis.
Yeah, like Mark Davis. Like, why is the guy owning the Raiders getting in the match? I'm like, that's a shame.
That's the guy from Aussie Open. And I'm
well,
going.
Yeah. Well, or the guy.
If you have to explain to me who the guy is, you shouldn't have him on your show.
Here's the thing: if you do a Google search of Mark Davis, who pops up first? This guy, or the bowl cut haircut of Las Vegas Raiders owner Mark Davis? Like, what pops up first? That's all you need.
Yeah,
to know. That's all you need to know.
But don't worry, we're gonna hear from Adam Cole, baby. Mr. Toothpick. I mean, yeah. So get ready for that exciting AEW Dynamite. It'll probably be somewhat good, but I won't care. When Guns N' Roses November Rain is better, or you play a whole song to play highlights to November Rain is better than your build for the last 4 to 5 weeks, tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah. In that November rain.
That's
you see Guns. You see Slash. The hell are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
Should we get money for that? Oh yeah, some guy named Tony Khan paid us. All right, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go order some Panda Express.
November rain.
I got Panda Express coming. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
It's like, that's why I'm with you. It's like I want to see it, but I know as soon as I see it, I'm going to be aggravated. Especially when I saw the Costco guy and QT doing a diss track, and I'm going, why are we doing all this?
Why do a district? Make it make sense, America. Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. Don't try to make it make sense. Yes.
AEW is like Kid Winston from the movie Dodgeball. Oh man. Have a question. Can Patches Ohana take over?
Patches O'Hallahan. Yeah. Hey, what's the motto? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yep.
He would be better at the press conferences.
Yeah. We got Patches. Oh man.
He'd be great.
Yeah, I can see him booking. Yeah, that'd be great booking. Might see a wrench on a pole match. So.
Oh yeah. Well, look, guys. I promised LaDarius I was going to make sure we wrap this up quick because he has a podcast. So, LaDarius, before you leave, you need to tell us how we can get on and to watch this if we can, and then also, where to find you and plug your stuff, man.
Well, it's going to be on Netflix, so it might be some buffering issues. And
are we going to see cheeks?
Might be mine. Listen. Oh, hey yo. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
I didn't know you signed that kind of a deal.
Listen, I didn't know either until someone told me. My agent told me, "What do you mean I got to show what?" Absolutely not. How many zeros? All
right, fine. They can see my butt.
3 or 4 zeros. No, but no. I do have an interview. I'll be interviewing Gab Gowdy of FanDuel. We'll be talking Cleveland sports, talking NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. And also you can find me on Twitter and TikTok at LaDarius_Brown and on Instagram at LaDarius_Brown, writer and editor for Beyond Women's Sports. On Twitter and TikTok and on the Instagram, the video I posted a preview of the Thursday Night Football game. It's been up since yesterday of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, I just got a text message from the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Want to know if there was a purchase made for $98.
Don't worry, I'm taking care of it. I just got it, so give me a second, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna let you take care of it. You call me when it's done.
All right. No, I know. I just saw it, and it's basically for the membership of Walmart.
Okay, I'll let you handle it.
All right, love you.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye. Sorry. God damn.
I was just freezing. I was like, I don't know what.
Go ahead, finish up.
November rain. Just keep playing the song, and then like I say, so check that out. It should be like 7:30, 7:35 of that interview. You can catch it live on Twitter and X, and also be live on my YouTube channel as as well. And CDouble, always great to do the wrestling show with you, Jerry. We miss you. Hope to see you next, or whenever we may not have a show next week, but whenever we come back on, can't wait for you to come back, buddy.
Oh yeah, and look, and remember, we're gonna, like I said, I want to make sure people understand. I'm gonna talk with the guys, and if everyone's got issues or got plans for Thanksgiving, we'll probably take off and just kind of wait off and figure something else out. But we'll obviously update everyone on Twitter and also on Facebook and also on TikTok. Also, you can find me. Just type in CDouble for my name. You can you type it up. You'll see it on Facebook. And I'm either the Superman character or I got the shades with the DJ look. Also, CDouble AWTN on Twitter, CDouble28 on YouTube, and also on TikTok. And guys, please make sure you check out LaDarius. Check his podcast out. It's going to be great. They have great conversations. She's a real amazing and smart person. Covers both the NBA and NFL really well. So it should be good, especially with what's happening in Cleveland, seeing what's the takes over there. And LaDarius, I appreciate you so much, brother. We'll be back at it again Friday on the For My ATL Sports Show. So we'll go from there. But also want to thank everybody. Check us out. And like I said, because of the bye week, I may not even have a show. It just depends. We'll talk with everybody and see how we do. But anyway, I'm CDouble. That's LaDarius Brown. We're out. Peace.